Shabbat Shalom, viewing audience. My name is Obayahu Bain Israel, and the topic for today's lesson is, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the last days. And before we go further in our lesson, I would like for my assistant to introduce himself to the viewing audience.
Yahu ben Israel.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, present audience.
Shalom.
Let's open up our scriptures to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Whatever's most happy on your heart, you know, you just... We're going to start at Matthew 24 and verse 35.
Book of Matthew 24, beginning at verse 35. Hashemayim, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
Now, we all know that that is Yahushua, King.
Okay.
And remember what the song just told us. Take heed to the words of the prophets. This is the greatest prophet of all the prophets. And I know what he said about John, but it was the disciples' job to tell us about him. So we all know that he was way greater than John. Even John said that I wasn't even worthy.
Loosen
his sandals. So he said that his word will not pass away. He said heaven and earth will pass away before his word will. All right, verse 36.
Verse 36. But of that day and hour no man knoweth, not the angels in heaven, but my Father only.
So that day and that hour he's talking about his second return. So that's what we're dealing with today. We're talking about the second return, and the days of Noah and the last days are so similar, and the days that the things that's going on in today is a sign of his second coming. All right, continue on.
37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, there were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Hey, that is real profound. He said the days prior. Didn't he say that?
Before the flood.
Before the flood. Because the flood came as a result of the days that the things happened before. A flood is coming you all again. So he said, for as in the days were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marriage and giving in marriage. So everybody was going on with their everyday life, but he said they were eating and drinking. Now, when Yahushua gives us something on the surface, it really has a more deeper meaning.
That's right.
So, you know, the banqueting, you know, the partying, you know, the clubs, and you know, the marriage. You know, he didn't say what kind of marriages. He said it was marriage and giving in marriage. But why would he say marriage when marriage is really a normal thing?
That's right.
So what is he talking about? Anybody?
Specific kind of marriage.
Right. He talking about
A
forbidden
type of
marriage.
Asur.
Right. Like this flyer I have right here, and it talks about the support for same-sex marriages growing globally and in America. And it's a poll that CBS did, and it shows that how same-sex marriage in America is growing so much that it's almost at a norm. And that is a sign. And that was going on in the days of Noah. Real heavy. All right? Continue on. 39.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So the flood came, and the people didn't even know that the flood was coming because they was caught up in eating and drinking, right, and marriage and giving in marriage. So they was caught up in the things of the world that's more than likely that's forbidden, that's distractive, that will take you from the signs of the time. Because if we talk to friends and families and co-workers about the signs of time, they have zero clue. They don't know what you're talking. You done lost your mind. You know, you just give them a little sample of what we talk about on the weekly on the Shabbat, and you know, you might get one ear out of 10 that might be interested, you know, in what you're saying. But just like it was when the flood came, they laughed at Noah, didn't they?
That's right.
Just like today, they laugh. And even the even the Gentiles that just made the movie recently. That movie is to give you all a clue, a sign. What was the name of the movie that they made with the Noah's Ark? The guy from the 40-Year Virgin. Yeah, Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty.
Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Evan Almighty. And you know that even the creators of that movie understand the signs of the time and the dates that we're living in, even though that they might not even know how to bring it out, or they might not even believe it, because you know Yahushua, he put it on their heart to even put it out there. That's a sign to let us know that his coming back is soon, and don't let it or allow it to be like a thief in the night unto you.
Quickly.
Right, because we should be expecting the Messiah to return any day. He shouldn't sneak up on us. You know, the day you get in sin, the day he came back. Because you didn't let your guards down. And, you know, we done got caught up in something. Verse 40.
Verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
That's at his return. The one that was taken, you all, was thrown into the lake of fire. And the one that was left lived in the kingdom. But the church teaches it different. They tell you that the one that was taken was in the rapture.
Right.
And the one that was left went through tribulation. That's wrong. That's
right.
wrong.
That's a whole.
That's a whole new lesson.
Okay.
Yeah. But we let's go to Luke the 17th chapter. We're really not even gonna deal with that. Let's go to Luke 17. So he said, as it was in the days of Noah, let's pick it up at verse 26.
Book of Luke 17, verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from Hashemayim, from heaven, and destroyed them all.
So now he compared his second coming to Lot as well as to Noah. So in Noah's day, how was the world destroyed or man destroyed? With water. But now he compared it to Lot. So what happened in Lot's day right here?
Burnt up.
Fire. See, he promised us that he would never destroy the world again with water. But he's going to destroy some things on this earth again. Oh, yeah. It's going to be with fire. And that's in Revelation, the 20th chapter. And I believe in the 9th verse. Yeah. So you can write that in your notes. You can read that on your own. So Yahushua said, verse 28, likewise also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they brought, they sold, they planted, and they built. We can read Genesis, the 19th chapter, and it can tell you what was going down in the days of Lot. And he mentioned in verse 29 a specific city, and the name of that city is Sodom. And Sodom was burned up. So when you deal with Sodom, we're dealing with scorched or burnt. But the people of Sodom was called Sodomites. A sodomite means a male prostitution. That's what a sodomite is. A male prostitution, an unclean man or a male having homosexual relations.
That's right.
That's what a sodomite is. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the last days. One of the biggest arguments or issues that's on the lips of the politicians of the world is homosexuality acceptance.
Hot topic.
It's a real hot topic. And it's another sign of the era and the time and the date that we are living in.
That's right. As
it was in the days of Noah. So write in your notes, if it be y'all's will, we'll get into Genesis the 19th chapter.